Today, we're examining a $206 million loan from the Canada Infrastructure Bank to the wind farm project linked to several well-connected Liberal insiders, including former MPs. Mr. Corey, small businesses in communities like Haldimand, Norfolk, where I live, and across Canada are paying average bank rates of roughly 8%. We know that the Infrastructure Bank is funded by taxpayer dollars. So you can imagine how taxpayers feel that these such deals are made in secrecy to Liberal insiders. Can you, Mr. Corey, tell us that this deal was the taxpayers that generally small businesses are taking out loans at 8% rate. Can you tell us that the rate that you have given on this project is less than 8%?
Mr. Chair, thanks, member, for the question. As I said in my opening comments, each of our projects, we charge an interest rate that's based on the individual project. But what I can confirm is on this project, we're charging what is a generally accepted market interest rate for a large industrial wind project of this nature. So the financing, the reason for that is because why we did this loan is all about the risk of the consumer program. As I described, this is the first in this what's called renewables to retail program, where Nova Scotians can choose to buy their power directly from a 100% renewable source. It creates choice in the market. It allows both industrial and retail clients to buy clean power directly from source.
Corey, what exactly is the interest rate? What exactly is the interest rate? Could you tell us what the interest rate that was granted to this company is?
Mr. Chair, as we've discussed at this committee in the past, each of our negotiations, given that they're bespoke and they're competitive, we don't disclose individual interest rates, but what I can confirm is that this is a market rate.
Well, Mr. Corey, do you believe that taxpayers who pay your salary and who fund these loans deserve to know the terms of a $206 million loan that appears to benefit Liberal Party-connected insiders?
Mr. Chair, the loan benefits Nova Scotians because it creates new renewable power in the province and it creates consumer choice to be able to buy clean power. That is who the loan benefits. To be very clear, every one of the CIB's loans, and I think taxpayers, we are extremely transparent with our owners, which are all of you, and taxpayers, with all of our money. You can find on our website the details of this investment, the size of it, who the borrower is, where the project is located. We'll continue to be as transparent as we can possibly be because we think that's absolutely part of our jobs.
Corey, we're not asking for commercial secrets. We're not asking for commercial secrets. We're asking about transparency with taxpayers' money. And you know very well that the average business person pays 8% interest to borrow money to fund their business. And this is not what was the rate for this company. We know that it is substantially lower than what the average taxpayer or business rate is getting.
Mr. Chair, I think the benchmark interest rate that you would use for a project like this is other large-scale renewable and energy projects across the country, and that's the competitive interest rate we're charging. I don't think it's a direct comparison, perhaps, to small borrowers, as Dr. Lewis asks, but for sure, we're charging a rate that would match what you'd see on projects like this across the country.
But any company that's choosing to accept public financing, they should expect a higher level of scrutiny than a standard private bank. What is the secret about what the interest rate is? Do you not believe that taxpayers have the right to know what rate their funds from the CIB is lending out at?
Mr. Chair, the CIB operates as a commercial institution. We're a Crown corporation whose job is to get value for taxpayers, but we operate as a commercial institution lending money to people across the country. I think it is actually part of our negotiations with those parties to have confidentiality in terms. So I don't want to be completely. I don't
know if it's 1% or 2% or 3%. You will not disclose that because it's a secret Liberal insider deal. So you will not disclose the rate.
Mr. Chair, I'll just repeat that the interest rate is an acceptable market rate, higher than those quoted by the member.
Mr. Corey, did the bank know before granting this low-interest taxpayer-funded loan that the individuals involved in this project had past roles in the Liberal government and or political activity?
Yeah, I'm going to have Mr. Duguay talk through our diligence, but I'll just say, Mr. Chair, that the way our work goes when we are approached for a loan, in this case by the equity owner slate, we conduct a review of the project, and eventually, if we decide to move forward with a loan, we conduct due diligence, which includes conflict of interest checks and what's called in the financial industry know your client reviews, which were conducted on this project. Mr. Duguay can speak to the specifics.
Actually, Mr. Corey, did you
Lewis,
know, because you said
we're out of time, so I can let Mr. Duguay add to that if you'd like, because I think it would be helpful for the committee. Mr. Duguay, you'd have 30 seconds to please add on to the response, please.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Briefly, in 30 seconds, we have adopted due diligence guidelines. They are transparent and publicly available on our guideline. We have on our website. It's referred to as our integrity due diligence policy, where we conduct due diligence KYC checks across all project counterparties, which would include the corporate entity and the principals behind the corporate entity, and that would include reviews that are aligned with guidance published by FinTrack and adopted by other financial institutions.